Hey there, y'all. Marine Hades here, and today we're going to be discussing One Piece, chapter 1124, Best Friend. Alright, interesting chapter for sure, especially with Kizaru and Akainu. I love that part there. And then the other part, not a big fan of, to be honest. As you can see, there's a little bias going on here, but first and foremost, we talk about story and how well they hold up, and the integrity of it, and if it's well written, alright? And for the most part, I'm just gonna kind of glaze over the VV and I almost called him Big Bird. In my other, my previous takes, I kept calling him Big Bird. I don't know why. Big News Morgan. I'm just gonna kind of glaze over that because for the most part, that part's mostly fine, and I just kind of want to just talk about more of the more interesting parts. They just need to stay. So yeah, let's just dive right into the review, shall we? All right. So yeah, we start off with the cover page, which is actually pretty cool. Yamamoto, she's helping out this little girl, from a thief. Yamamoto, she's neat. I think she's neat. She literally came out of nowhere, but she's neat. All right. Okay, then we're just glazing over it all the way to Egghead Island, and Egghead Island seems to be just completely burning down. This is actually going to look actually pretty. The animation, if it keeps up, it's going to look great in anime. And we see Sentomaru just essentially just rowing away. Literally, poor Sentomaru, he's been through so much, and now he's an enemy of the Marines now, which is not great, especially since you spent literally probably 99% of your life with them, you know. So that's pretty bad. And then we hear the Denden Mushin going off as Kizaru slowly wanders up to it, gets it, and he picks up. And yep, it's Akainu. Akainu is pretty furious at what's going on here. And again, Akainu. The thing with Akainu in this situation is he has no idea all this happened. All he knows is the Marines went to Egghead Island. Something there happened to trigger Vegapunk's warning, and then it cut out. And Akainu's like, well, what else happened there? So he's calling, saying, um, well, what are you guys up to? Wait, Barcelino, why are you picking up? Where's everyone else at? And Barcelino's like, well, they're all past. I'm essentially the only one, up and walking around. And Akainu's like, well, what happened? And Kido just says, um, I'll let the youngsters give you the details when they wake up. And Akainu's again pretty arguably, well, not arguably, but he's kind of right to be angry here. Hear me out. Just because he has no idea what happened, he has no idea what Kizaru's been through, and we do get probably for the first and only time. Okay, not only time, but the first time in all of One Piece, we see Akainu showing some remorse to one of his own fellow people, like not to just to anyone really, to Kizaru, as he says, "You better not be slacking off again, Marcelino." And Kizaru just speaks up and says, "Hey, Sakazi, I'm wondering, have you ever killed your best friend before?" And I kind of just stays quiet. Maybe he has. As Kizaru, gets some flashbacks of when he first met Vegapunk, and how that relationship first started. And yeah, and then eventually Kizaru shows Kizaru, all the way back in the day where it seems like he's wearing that same uniform he took down Arlong. Pretty cool. As a vice admiral, then eventually just helping out Sentomaru, um, Bartholomew, and Vegapunk just building their the facility and everything. So cool. We see him, getting along with Bonnie. Then a flashback of him stabbing Vegapunk as he says, "You think I'm slacking off, Sakazi? Well, if you've got time to waste doubting me, come and see for yourself, you damn ingrat." And right there, Akainu says nothing for a little moment as he says, "That was my bad, brother." And Kizaru just says, "Watch your mouth." So, Kizaru, we all know Kizaru's like kind of the most, like, for lack of better terms, chill compared to like the other admirals. I mean, Aokiji, he's the ISO, he's the most, I guess, chill, but we do see him get angry and see him, actually, actually legit show emotions, like very angry emotions. Kizaru's like that one admiral that's just absolutely chill, like no matter what happens. Especially at Marineford when he's fighting, he gets hit. He's still pretty chill. He gets hit by Whitebeard, and he's chill. Continues on the fighting. Here it's very, very understandable why Kizaru is angry the way he is. He had to kill his best friend. And don't get me wrong, I'm pretty sure Akainu, Kizaru, I'm pretty sure all the admirals and fleet admirals are more likely, friends with each other, or at least acquaintances, right? So Akainu hearing Kizaru go off again is like, okay, okay, I get it. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm genuinely sorry for what I said. And he's letting him yell at him again because Akainu kind of stepped, as crazy as it is, he stepped out of line. And again, as you all know, in the ranks of the military, yeah, your lower ranked cannot straight up just come out and yell at you regardless of whatever the situation is. But there are those times where they break and they'll just just give you a piece of mind of their mind, excuse me, and then the higher ups, just like right here at a situation like this, they understand what happened. Akainu doesn't know what happened here, but he knows something happened enough to where Kizaru is breaking down, crying, and Akainu acknowledges it. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, brother." And that's actually a pretty dang good right there. I really, really enjoyed that part of the chapter. That's the best part of the chapter, to be honest. And now, not being biased, it's actually pretty good for Akainu and Kizaru. Just them talking about each other or talking to each other, just as a brief conversation. Seeing Kizaru actually just tear up and break down to talk to just give Akainu a piece of his mind. Good stuff here for sure. Then we cut to with Jinbei and the rest of the Straw Hats as they're kind of talking with each other about how hard Luffy's taking it with Vegapunk's death, and it's interesting Zoro's perspective here as he says it's pathetic he's an emperor now, and old man dying shouldn't affect him that badly. And Jinbei does say, like, isn't that a bit harsh? I get their both perspectives. Jinbei acknowledges, okay, yeah, Luffy's feeling down. He's real sad that he couldn't protect, someone that he promised to protect. And Zoro's like, well, stuff like this is gonna happen. Stuff like this is gonna happen where Luffy's not gonna be able to help people, and that's just the way the world works. Zoro, you're wrong. This is One Piece. Oda will make sure Luffy saves people. The plot armor in this series is absolutely terrible. Then we cut to Lilith waking up, and of course, she I'm not gonna lie, this part of the chapter, I'm not gonna say irritated. Not really. It just disappointed me because well, before we get to that, he's sadly eating again. Showing more comedic moments, which is One Piece is really known for, to be honest. And the only time it ever really took deaths like absolutely 100% serious and like during the current timeline was obviously Ace. Ace was like the absolute like we're not making fun of this whatsoever. Again, from our perspective and what we're gonna learn from this chapter, Vegapunk and the rest of the satellites are still alive. And how are they? Well, Lilith says they're not alive in the sense that that we know it, but that the way she knows, like, they're also alive. We still don't know what she means by that. But of course, when she said that, I was not surprised. I was like, yeah, of course. This is One Piece. Characters just don't die in this series unless the plot is like, okay, I have to kill you now. Yeah. And of course, now we could end off this arc with everyone being happy, merry, and Luffy having a smile on his face that he did a job well done in protecting Lilith, and everyone's alive, and we don't know what that means, which, honestly, they're all probably still alive in her, or something like that. I think that's probably what it's going to be. I think the physical bodies of all the satellites are dead, including Vegapunk, and they're all going to be alive within her. That's probably going to be it. That's probably going to be the gag where they all kind of switch emotions. Who knows? I'm giving this chapter, overall, aside from that part, again, characters just don't die. I'm going to give this chapter a 6 out of 10. The good parts can only carry it so far. And as I said before, the parts with again almost Big Bird, Big News Morgan, and Vivi. That was all right. So overall 6 out of 10. So that gives it pretty well. And then with Akainu and Kizaru, that does pretty dang well too. And everything else just not really not that great. No, you know what? I'm gonna give this chapter a 7 out of 10, just because also the part with Jinbei and Zoro was actually pretty good. I like that. So yeah, predictions. They're gonna probably arrive at Elbath. Probably if not the next chapter, the chapter after that, we're probably gonna get some news of what's going on around the world with, of course, Vegapunk announcing One Piece is real. We gotta find it to save the world. He didn't say that, but you know what I mean. And there's gonna be a whole lot more pirates causing way more mayhem and destruction for the innocent and people around the world. And the Marines are just gonna have to continue to help the people. Because remember, the majority of the Marines are good guys. You can say I'm biased, but I'm not wrong. 99% pirates in the series are evil. 99% of the Marines are good. Except the world government, the whole celestial guys, they're like 99.9% of them are evil. Like, but the Marines, good faction. They're trying to help people. Thank you for making their work that much harder, Vega. Punk. Anyway, that concludes my review. If you guys listen this far, I appreciate it. And if you like content like this, consider subscribing. I appreciate it. I hope you guys have a great day and take care. Later.